Joining us shortly from Mumbai, Kaizad Kotwal, the director of Agnus of God, and his lawyer Sujay Kantawala. Also from Mumbai, Brother Joseph Dias, a trustee with the Catholic Christian Secular Forum. From our Delhi studios, Professor Rakesh Sinha, RSS Vicharak, ideologue. And from Ahmedabad, Amiben Yagnik, spokesperson of the Congress. Brother Joseph Dias is coming to you. Now, you are alleging that here there are certain laws in the country that are being broken, that freedom of expression is not absolute.
Yes, we have freedoms and it is very wide in India, but India is a deeply religious country. So what we would like to say is that whenever it comes to matters of religion, irrespective of which religion it may be the Hindu faith, maybe the Muslim faith, maybe the Christian faith, when it comes to matters of religion, certain reasonable restraint need to be shown. You can't show the clergy or a sadhvi or a muni or a Maulana in this kind of a fashion, then why do you show the Christian priests or nuns in such a manner? That is basically our argument. The argument is that India is not ready for something like this. India is deeply religious and we don't want social distrust. We don't want a false image of the nun to go out. We don't want the person of the nun or the objectification of a nun to be made into something that sells tickets for a few people to make money.
Sure. Professor Rakesh Sinha, what is the RSS's view here? Because when you're talking about religious sentiments, now there are so many religions in India.
I believe that hundreds and thousands of men and women are dedicated to the expansion of Christianity. They are honestly doing their job. But at the same time, it is also true. There are hundreds of the nuns are being exploited. This is not the version of any particular group or anti-Christian propaganda. I will quote three biographies. Sister Jasmine has written, she was in Kerala, a nun, the autobiography of a nun. Then Sister Mary Chandy wrote, then Father Shivu Kalamparambili. Three biographies and autobiographies reveal that large number of Christian nuns are being exploited. Second, at the same time, in 2001, the Guardian published a news that two nuns have surveyed and they have submitted a report to the Vatican. And they claim that hundreds of the nuns are being raped.
But what is your position on bans once there is religious sentiment that comes in?
When any play or any film is for the reform in the end and pointing out certain evils prevailing in the religion, that is the religious reform. It should be taken in a positive.
But if it was similar with it was a Hindu religion, then would you look at it as reform?
Any play attacking the ideology, philosophy of the philosophy.
Well, that's what they're saying. The Christians are saying that.
I'm telling you, there are hundreds of the films which mention the torture of the widows in Vrindavan. No one is going to that. Okay. We say that the widows' conditions should be improved. Second, I will quote the Fire and Water, two movies where the two movies. Then all these groups stood for the freedom of expression, and there is no.
So, are you saying freedom of expression also depends on religion?
No, I don't. When I say that when it is questioning the basic philosophy, basic ethos.
But that's what the Christians are saying. It is the basic philosophy.
Here, the plight of nuns, and plight of nuns has been pointed out by.
You agree that freedom of expression is not absolute.
Last one is the statement.
Do you agree with that? Freedom of expression is not absolute.
Not absolute. 1970s, 33 films were made in Europe, pointing out the plight of the nuns.
Right.
So where is the question of sentiment?
Okay, Brother Dias, if I can come to you again now, since Professor Sinha was talking about Europe, the movie itself has not been banned by the Vatican or the play for that matter abroad. This very play was staged in Mumbai in the same theatre 20 years ago or more than 20 years ago. So what's changed since then in terms of India and tolerance?
Well, one is that there's we don't know what version the producers are putting out because nobody recollects this play being played out 20 years back. There's no evidence, no whatsoever. But more than that, coming to the issue of nuns and the plight of nuns, this movie is not about the plight of nuns. This movie is about the Immaculate Conception, about Agnus of God, which is stated. It's a pun on the word, the Latin phrase Agnus Dei, which means Lamb of God and used to refer only to Jesus Christ. It is a film that talks about a nun who's naive or who's insane. This kind of a nun we don't have. We don't have this kind of a nun here.
But what about religion as a larger force, Brother Dias, in terms of whether it's Christianity, Hinduism, whether it's Islam, which is preaching tolerance, which is preaching love? Will a Christian really be affected so much by this? Or for that matter, anyone, any religion? Isn't it stronger? Isn't religion stronger, faith stronger than that?
No, most certainly. Nothing is going to... No, I'm quite sure my faith is strong enough. But what is the impact that it's having on the non-Christians? What is the impact that it has on the nuns themselves? That their lifestyle, which is being misportrayed, is being told to the world and an audience that is largely non-Christian. Is that the right image that we are portraying of the nuns who've been sacrificing their lives? Millions of them all over the world.
Is this the right image
These
or not?
few exceptions
We also joined from Mumbai by Kaizad Kotwal, the director of Agnus of God, and Sujay Kantabala. We had a short technical issue there before we got them on, so they're participating a little late in this discussion. Kaizad Kotwal, is it so simple as to say this is freedom of expression versus not hurting someone's religion?
Well, first of all, let me just state that I deeply appreciate what the gentleman from the RSS said about true stories being given the light of day. What Mr. Dias doesn't tell you is that Agnus of God is based on a true story, and we have a complete censor clearance from the government of Maharashtra. So if Mr. Dias is saying that we have hurt these religious sentiments, what he is indirectly saying is that the government of Maharashtra has passed a play to hurt the religious sentiments of that community. I would also like to say this vehemently, and what Mr. Dias will not tell you is that Cardinal Gracious of the Archdiocese in Mumbai, and he is the 8th most powerful cardinal in the world today, has said that while he does not like the play, he cannot call for a clamor of any ban against any work of art. And I think this is hugely significant. If the Cardinal and the Archdiocese of Mumbai are not objecting and calling for a ban, who exactly is Mr. Dias to do so? Finally, I just want to say a couple of things. The play is really about the debate between modernity and faith. And if you watch the play all the way through, you will find out that the playwright actually says that in our modern world, we have lost our way away from religion, and that religion has a lot to offer us. Miracles have a lot to offer us if we only allowed our minds to be open enough to learn from this. So I don't understand where the issue of hurting religious sentiments comes, especially when this is what the play is about and it's based on a true story.
Sure.
2 final points. Mr. Dias has consistently said that India is not ready for this, and when pushed on that issue, he says that there are certain Western things, such as nudist beaches and homosexuality, that we're not ready for, just as we're not ready for this play, because they're Western imports. What I would like to say to Mr. Dias, that one of the most significant imports from the West was Christianity. Christianity is an import here, with which came colonialism and all the subsequent history of that.
Sure.
So let's be honest about what we're talking about.
Yeah, there are lots of points here. Yeah, there are lots of points.
Just one more point.
Go ahead.
Just one more point, and then, you know, this 295A section, we have to really seriously evaluate how easily it allows certain people like Mr. Dias to cry wolf. And they are allowed to cry wolf without any consequences, because when you cry wolf like they have in this case, it has a direct impact on people's livelihoods. The guarantee that the Constitution gives people like me to earn our living in a respectable way.
An important point.
And I think nobody is talking about this. So these are the sort of issues.
An important point which I will come back to there, but just coming back to Brother Joseph Dias, since you've raised so many points there, Kaizad Kotwal. Brother Dias, who are you really representing? Are you really representing the complete Catholic community? Because as was quoted there is someone senior in the clergy who is saying that he cannot support a ban?
Well, this statement of the Cardinal was given a few days earlier to the subsequent statement which the Catholic Bishops' Conference of India gave. And I have the Catholic Bishops' Conference letter right here with me, which states very clearly calling for a ban to the Home Minister.
Is this subsequently
We would
to that?
also like to talk about the kind of publicity material.
It actually precedes.
Yes, it is
that, the
subsequent to
conference.
that.
Okay. Go ahead.
And we would also like to show you some publicity material that is going out. This is the kind of publicity material that is going out, a nude nun, and this kind of thing is available. There are other writings which would offend the Hindu community, like the kind of material that is put out by maybe MF Hussain, and for which
Sure,
he had
there
to
have
go
been
abroad.
bans.
No,
There is other material available with the
Kaisa,
The poster
satanic
that he is holding
verses.
up,
Yes.
the poster that he is holding
So what-
up,
Yes.
I have to,
what are we
I
talking
can't
about?
let this
Are
go
we talking
forward.
about
I cannot let this go
selective
forward
banning?
because he is
Right.
lying. He is showing you a
Brother
poster that
Das-
is not ours.
Okay.
This is not our poster.
Whose is this
He
then?
is falsely representing us. This is defamation, Mr. Dias, on live television. Be careful.
Whose poster
Be
is
very,
this?
very careful.
Whose poster
that
is
poster
this?
is from a production in Hyderabad.
Okay.
That poster does not belong to us.
There's
And
another-
I'm putting you on notice, Mr. Dias. This is defamation on live television.
Right.